You describe a thug as someone coming from nothing to something. That, to me, honestly sounds like an entrepreneur or a businessman. Why do you feel the need to use the word thug to describe social or economic success?
It's really it's deeper than just being an entrepreneur. Because when I say from nothing, I mean like from nothing for real. Like you know, mama not there, daddy not there. You know, and you looked at as a thug because of how you look. You don't have the you might have saggy jeans on or whatever, and you come from the hood, so you're not dressed, you know, as sharp as the other kids or whatever. But you know, and you always looked at as a thug. You know, you always, from family to, you know, just strangers or whatever, everybody looking at you like you about to steal something from them or rob them because of how you dress and how you look. And for you to come from that to being successful, man, that's what we like. We call it coming from nothing. That's what we call thugging.
But in your music, you talk about that you're strapped, owning a gun. You talk about that you roll with gorillas, dealers, and killers.
I do.
Okay.
I do.
All right. So
it's
then,
true.
Do you understand that some of the kids who listen to your music, they may misinterpret what you mean by the word thug? It may not be their definition of a word thug, may not be your definition of the word thug.
I understand that. Just like like I think y'all definition of thug and mine differ. So, you know, I understand that people can get it wrong sometimes. But at the same time, it's like I do all that, and I do hang around those type of, you know, guys, and that's what environment I was raised in. And I was discriminated on so much because of how I look and how I dress. So I want to show, you know, the other kids who I'm from and who came up how I came up, just because I had braids in the grill, you know, and looked with tattoos everywhere, it don't necessarily mean I'm finna try to snatch your purse.
You had trouble getting deals because of your name. I mean, can you tell me, you had trouble getting deals? You lose endorsements because of the name?
Everything, a lot of stuff, because I can't get a date. I give out meals all the time. I go to the hood every Thanksgiving, pass out turkeys, give toys away at school. I do a lot for the community, but I'm sure the reason why I don't got no day, you know, from the mayor is because of my name is Slim Thug. You know how they look like giving a guy named Slim Thug his own day or something. You know what I'm saying? And also, I don't think that was cool what happened with that baby. I don't think that's cool. Them people got that kid cussing like that, you know what I'm saying? But I also don't think it's right for somebody to label him as a thug, you know what I'm saying? Because of what his environment, you know, and that's just what he's raised in, and he's got to come out of that, you know, and it's hard. A lot of people are born into money, you know, got mom and daddy there, and they just got to follow the, you know, the blueprint, you know what I'm saying?
I'm glad you said that, because the people who are telling him to thug in his diaper, right, are saying are listening, maybe people who are listening to your music, and that's what I mean by maybe they're perpetuating a negative stereotype, and they don't even realize it. It's not the baby's fault, but they're doing it because they think it's cool.
It's the environment. It ain't the music, you know. And then if anybody listens to music and is influenced by what a rapper says, then that's just not good. They wasn't raised in a good home anyway. You know what I'm saying? It's hard for somebody to listen to. I mean, if somebody gonna listen to a song and do what the song say, that's bad parenting off top. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to know better than that.
Thank you.
There it is. Appreciate you having me.
You know, recently Don Lemon had Slim Thug on CNN, and he basically was asking Slim Thug, what is a thug? You know, and Slim Thug really didn't do a good job of, I would say, articulating what it really means from, I would say, a street perspective. And, you know, Don Lemon, you know, I gotta be honest, I don't like the guy. You know, I think he's an asshole. I think he's a Sambo, and he's a bitch, you know, because he goes out here and he continuously tries to throw black people under the bus, and especially those who, you know, come from, I would say, you know, single parent households, or those who come from a certain type of environment. And, you know, what he did when Slim Thug was on there is he basically tried to ask him, what is the definition of thug? And the Webster definition is a criminal or a violent person. A lot of people don't know the historical background of what the word thug comes from. It comes from a religious organization in India that were assassins and that were robbers, and that's where that word actually comes from. But through time, just like the word nigger people have tried to put different things on and throw different connotations on and make it to what they want it to be. And I'm the type of guy, it's like I was saying in previous videos, I come from a single parent household. I was able to see the 2-parent household side, and I was able to see the single parent household side. I was one of those kids that will go to the neighborhood park and see the drug dealers or play ball with the drug dealers, or the local corner man, buy all the kids lunch and shit like that. I was one of those kids that were in the neighborhood like this, so I've seen both sides. I saw the Cosby side, so to say, and then I saw the street perspective. And what a thug is to a lot of people who come from certain environments, a thug is a person who is ostracized. A person who comes from nothing. And when I say nothing, I'm talking about comes from a historical background, nothing. Being black, being the history that we have from our ancestors to this day now, being ostracized, being labeled, being judged, being put in certain categories simply because of the color of your skin or the way you dress, and being able to take all that stuff, using it to your ability, and basically making lemonade out of lemons. That's what a thug is. Somebody who can, take every obstacle, every negative obstacle that they had, and flip it around and make a Fortune 500 company, or able to walk into a corporate business and be able to handle themselves on a business level, being themselves, not necessarily coming in there dressing like the white man, got on a suit all the time, or acting like you got to stick up your ass. Just able to be you. Somebody that's not afraid to be themselves. Somebody that's not afraid to speak up for their community. Somebody that's not afraid to talk about where they come from and not ashamed of. That's what basically the new definition of a thug is. And then, like I said, you have Americans who just stick to the Webster definition of someone just being a criminal, someone that's gonna rob you. So I don't think Slim Thug really was he tried, but I don't think he was really the person that they should have had on here. But Don Lennon knew what he was doing. He figured, let me get somebody that's not too articulate or savvy with wordplay, or able to articulate themselves, and let me have them come on CNN and basically embarrass himself and feed into what I say and what other whites say here in this country. And this guy really makes me sick, because he's continuously setting up things to make black people look bad. And this goes back to a lot of things that I say when I talk about blacks who come out here and downgrade each other day in and day out, but don't talk about the overall picture. I have a serious problem with that. And I know, I don't mean to sound redundant with that, but it really vexes me, because I can't stand black people who come out here and will ridicule each other within the blink of an eye, but you don't talk about the discrimination. You don't talk about the racism. You don't talk about the historical history of our people, which has played into a lot of conditions that we have now. Like I said, I have a real big problem with that. But the other thing Don Lennon was trying to do, and I don't know if Slim Thug picked it up, but he basically had him on the show also to basically blame a lot of violence that goes on being in America, or being within the black community, on hip-hop. And I get tired of that, because I think that in America, everybody likes to point to hip-hop for what's going on. Hip-hop is a form of entertainment, and I'm not saying that lyrics and music don't spark things, and lyrics don't egg those who have simple minds, to go out here and portray some of the things that they hear in this music. Because the same way it can affect people to make political changes, or social change, it can affect people to portray certain type of violence. But at the same time, this is a form of entertainment. At the end of the day, it's about the parents making sure they are parents in their home. You can't go out here and blame Jay-Z, or blame Nas, or blame Rick Ross, or any other rapper out here for the things that your child is doing. And like I've said before, I work with a lot of these cats, you know. A lot of these cats do things for the community that are not put out here to the public. A lot of these guys, you know, are doing a lot of things, you know, but at the same time, you don't get any recognition for that. But hip-hop is always the fall man for all the negative things and the violence and, you know, women being disrespected. It be always pointing back to hip-hop, and I think that's bullshit. People got to start stepping up and start being parents. You know, I was a kid. I listened to Tupac and Biggie and, you know, Too Short for a Minute, Ice. I listened to all those guys when I was a kid. But I never wanted to go out and shoot somebody or, you know, fight the police or you know, knock my teacher upside the head because I heard something that, you know, Too Short said. Why? Because my family made sure I had common sense and they raised me right so that I knew that was just music. And I knew what to take from it and what not to take from it. What's entertainment and what's just something that you need to keep in the back of your mind. Because there are rappers out there who do say productive things that we do need to think about. Hip-hop is not, you know, all violence and, you know, talking about money and all. I know that's what they put out there on the radio standpoint, but hip-hop is a lot bigger than that. But, you know, like I said, you know, this Don Lim character, he's singing this token Negro, you know, the taking in the ass Negro that they put out there to throw black people in the bus every time they need him to do it. And he does it with a smile. And if you didn't notice in the clip, he had like a little chuckle at the end of the interview, like, yeah, we got this nigga. He played right into our hands. And this is the stuff that we have to watch out for as black people, because a lot of people are not our friends. You know, they use us for the time being, or they use us to get over. And once they get what they want, we get kicked to the wayside. It happens over and over and over. And it's time for us to start putting our foot not only in these people who are disrespecting us day in and day out, but America as a whole. It's time for us to start putting our foot down and in these people's asses. Because like I said before, nobody cares about you if you don't care about yourself. If you don't love yourself, nobody else will. But that's my video. You guys can give me your feedback if you want. Peace.